All right, welcome to the Under-19 men game 83 between Canada and Australia. We have myself, Mackenzie Edwards, commentating along with
Tom Marsh from the Australian 19 team.
Yeah, and I'm from the Canadian Under-23 men's team. We have two pretty strong lineups here today on the Canadian Under-19 men team. We have number 2, Brandon Ellis, number 3, Michael Tingley, number 5, Nathaniel Schoenberger, number 6, Spencer Miller, number 7, Duncan Pearce, number 9, Luke Kruger, number 10, Darko Goscic, number 12, Edwin Zhang, and number 13, Theodore Kozak, coached by Ben Lee.
And from the Australia Under-19 men team, we have Mason Gillespie, the captain, number 1. Number 2, Aiden Detroit. Number 3, Jack Hopkins, the vice-captain. Number 6, Bailey Anea. Number 7, Hunter Jones. Number 8, Liam Quinn, or Wombat. Number 10, Roy Trumbull. Number 11, Tom Robinson. Number 13, Isaac Bridley. And number 14, Luke Sutcliffe, coached by Steve Cleary and Jack Robert Tissot.
All right, well, this should be a pretty interesting game. Australia's had a pretty good, they're pretty equal, actually, on level on points at the moment, both sitting at the bottom of the table, so it should be a close game. Both teams will be going out for their first win of the tournament. Yeah,
that's right. Australia's versed a couple of hard teams in the first couple of days, but I think they're keen to show them who's boss around here.
Yeah, well, they'll be wanting to pick it up for their home fans. Out here in Hobart, it's a lovely place. First time for me here personally. It's a lovely. I wasn't sure what I was expecting when I got here, but it's been awesome. The people here are lovely. Went out for a breakfast this morning down at Room for a Pony. Was the cafe. It was super awesome. So yeah, been looking forward to this game. Been looking forward to the tournament.
Yep.
8 seconds to go here. Off they go on the strike.
And it looks like the backs from the Australian team are giving them a big hassle.
The Australians looking to swing early on. It is a big tactic of theirs.
Yeah, the old Australian switch.
Yeah. We played the Aussies last night, and that was all that they were doing the whole time. It tires you out. It's good. It's a good way to tire out your opponent.
Yeah,
particularly
it
early in the
stretches
game.
out the team as well. Yep.
It's a good drive by the Australians down the right wall there.
Mason Gillespie getting in there.
We're focusing on that one. And we have a call there by the referee that's stick and fringe against the Canadians. So there'll be an advantage puck for the Australians right on the 10. So are we concentrating on that one or that one? Okay. That's 30 seconds. Oh, okay, cool. Australians will be looking to drive this in there. Everyone down on the bottom.
Hungry for the goal, yep.
Oh, there's good defense by the Canadians taking it out to the corner there. And we have another call by the referee.
Yep. So gloving against Australia.
It tends to happen, though, a bit when you're down there on the bottom of the pool and everyone's just fighting for it. It can just bounce off a glove really easily.
They get hungry, yeah. It's all or nothing,
So the Canadians look to swing it out to the right there. Nice shot there by the Canadian. Just trying to pull it in, take it to the wall.
Looks like the Australians are going for another drive towards the tray.
A nice cut back into the middle there. Just waiting for the back. Good back check by the Canadians, but the Australians have driven through. That was a big shot. And I think that's a goal there for the Australians. Number 1.
Mason Gillespie back in the water, first game of the tournament, and he scored the first goal.
Yeah, Australia's back. Excellent work there by the Australians. Just swinging it around, turning in the centre, and just bombing it up the middle there. Yeah. So where are a lot of these Aussie guys from, like around the country?
Well, myself and 5 of the other players from Western Australia. And then there's a couple of guys from Tasmania as well. And then 2 from Victoria and 1 from New South Wales. So
nice. So you're spread around the country
a bit. Spread around the country, yeah.
That's good.
Yep.
Yeah. I know a lot of these Canadian boys are from Calgary,
Yep.
up in near the western side of the country. So a lot of them play together quite often.
Do they?
But
Yep.
yeah, but
Yep.
then a couple out from Ontario as well. That was excellent work by the Australian there.
Gloving, yeah.
But a gloving against the Australians, I believe. Yeah.
Oh, bit of a fumble. Canadian setting up, yep.
Good work, and they've taken it back to their safe play,
Yeah.
the wall, and shutting down that attempted swing by the Australian. A good drive. Australian just
Mays
doing the
cutting it back up, yep.
Australian doing the safe thing there and just swimming it back, keeping the puck away, keeping possession of the puck. It's a very good play by the Australians. Takes a lot of discipline to be able to do that.
Hunter Jones going for the drive. Then Canada flicking it back to their halfback.
And yeah, that's Luke Kruger making the drive up the middle there. His older brother Caleb is in the men's elites team, so he's got a bit of experience on the side, been around for a while.
Yep.
And we have the referee playing advantage there. The Australians are just rushing the Canadians, and there's nothing.
Isaac Bridley with the breakaway. Go, Isaac.
Oh, excellent little curl there.
Hunter
Swim
Jones coming through, yep. Aiden Detroit going with trying to go for the finish. Doesn't quite get it in.
That was some excellent last-ditch defending there. But it's being called a penalty goal against the Canadians. For those of you who don't know what that means at home, it means that it was a likely goal that was stopped being scored by a foul. So in this case, it was a glove by the Canadian defender, and thus the refs have called it a penalty goal. Oh, lower? Yeah. Yeah, it's all good. That's right.
And it's Australia to the puck first. Wombat coming up the side, going for a bit of a drive there. Bailey Ania cleaning it up, taking on the Canadians on the wall. Mason Gillespie with a big launch. Luke Sutcliffe with the curl.
It's good work there by the Canadians, just containing the Australians and then driving them up the wall. But it looks like the Aussies have pulled off their swing again. It's gone right around the outside with a nice curl.
Yeah, they're really trying to stretch out the Canadians and try and open those holes where they can break through.
Well, that's classic Australian tactics, is it
Yeah.
not? Just playing that 3-3. You have the 3 at the back and the 3 at the front, just driving and going round the back.
Aiden Detroit and Bailey Ania going for a bit of a drive there.
And again, the Australians just looking for that swing around the back. They're just abusing that play. And it's working out for them as well. You don't blame them for doing that. Just as they go around the back there and just tiring out the Canadians eventually. But they seem to be doing pretty well there. They're keeping their strength up.
Yeah,
They don't look tired.
Canadians, they're really stopping it. It's switching back and forth, but they're not making a huge amount of ground forward.
Yeah, exactly. You might see the Australians switch tactic in a bit and just go for a bit more of a direct play. But as they do, Luke Kruger takes the puck and drives up the left wall there for the Canadians. We just see a bit of a melee going on the right wall there, right defensive wall of the Australians, left attacking wall of the Canadians. It's hard to get out of that corner, right?
It is, yeah.
It's a good defensive tactic just to hold it in there, let your rest of your players breathe.
Yep. Get them all recuperate and just go for another big drive, yeah. And
you see the Australian player sitting there, just sitting on the corner of the bin. Oh, we have a call by the referee, and that's for barging against Australia. That is Anton Williams, the referee from New Zealand. Has made some call there.
you see the Canadians and the Australians all trying to get a quick sub before they go for a big drive and a big defensive.
Yeah. It's a big drive by the Canadians, and
Oh.
they've scored. They've put it in. It's good work by the Canadians there. Just it doesn't look like the Australians were down quick enough to
No.
get down and stop that drive. I didn't see what number it was. I'm just looking to see what number that was. It was number 10, Darko. Excellent work there. Just put it in.
And they're off again. Canada getting to the puck first.
It was well ahead, and it seems like the Aussies have just taken their mind off the game for a moment there.
Yeah, they really need to get their mind back in it. And, Oh, here they are now,
Yeah.
going for a drive up the wall.
Yeah, it was good. That's what I was saying.
Opening it up again, as they do well.
We've got another call by the referee, and it's illegal stoppage of the puck against the Australians. Seems like they're just getting a bit frustrated there with a few fouls. Just need to slow down, maybe take a few breaths. Now might be a good time for the coach to call a timeout.
It would be, yeah.
A good curl by the Australian.
Bailey and Nia going for the switch. Searching for Wombat. Wombat gets it on the wall. Fires it off to Hunter Jones. Passes off to Aiden Detroit, who switches it back the other way.
So do you always have all different nicknames then? You see you're calling one of the players number 8, I think, was the Wombat.
Yeah, Wombat, Liam Quinn, yep. And, I don't really know why we call him Wombat, but it's just stuck and, just a big solid dude like a Wombat.
Yeah, exactly. See, we have stick infringements against the Canadians, so they'll be pushed back now, and the Australians will get a chance to set up for an advantage puck about halfway up the court. Do you guys have any, I won't ask you to tell your secrets, but do you have set plays planned for these sort of moves, or they're more just sort of where you see space?
We do have kind of a tactic we want to achieve, like a move we want to do, but it's play it by ear, like if there's space, just go for it,
Yeah, it's fair enough. It seems to be how the Aussies sort of play, is they look for that space, and a lot of big, hard swimmers.
Yep.
Yeah, and that is a stick infringement against the Aussies, so Canadians will get the puck again. This is the same sort of area that they sort of maybe a bit further back from where they scored last time on the advantage puck. So the Aussies will want to do a better job at defending that. A bit of mistake there by the Canadians, just touching it back.
Time is crucial, yeah.
Seems to have recovered, though.
A bit of a switch there from the Canadians, yeah.
Bit of a risky sub here by the Canadian going.
Yeah.
We have a call against Australia again.
For gloving up the wall. Classic one by the Australians. Classic Aiden Detroit there.
So how many clinics did you guys have before this, or training camps or anything?
We only had 2 training camps, just because we're so spread out.
Yeah.
It takes a lot of effort to really get us all together.
Yeah, we have the same problem in Canada. It's a big country, and we have players. I live in Kelowna, which is out on the west side, and then we have a lot of the players over in the east. So it's $600 return flights to get anywhere.
Exactly.
But we do have a break by the Australians here. Nice push back into the middle, but well defended by the Canadians. It's been a pretty clean game, though. Yeah.
Michelle Tingley saying, "Go Canada, go!" Yeah, we scored a great job, Darko.
It's great to see your support over there, Michelle. I wonder what time it is, depending on what kind of part of the country it is. Probably pretty late there, so it's awesome to see you watching the game from over on that side of the world. We had a call against the Canadians there, so a bit of pressure going back on from the Australians.
Australians trying to drive it through the tray, but not quite making it.
We have another call. And against the Australians. And big subs by the Canadians. It's tiring sport. A lot of people don't realize how tiring and how much training goes into before these tournaments.
It does, yeah.
Its intensity is like keeping your heart rate low.
Bailey near up the wall, trying to drive it out. Canadians getting it back, looking to flick it through Mason Gillespie. Mason Gillespie fires it back up the wall to Hunter Jones. Aiden Detroit going for a bit of a swim there.
Good tracking by the Canadian defender, though, just shadowing him to the wall, getting him into that safe area. You just want to keep it out of the middle of the pool, especially against such a hard and fast team such as the Australians.
Try and close those gaps. The Canadians are doing it really well.
Just not giving them any time on the puck. Been a nice, clean game, though. We have had some fouls, but no kickouts yet.
Yeah.
And it's, nearly the end of the first half, which is always good to see. The refs have been quite good at that this tournament. Not being too quick to throw people out.
Yeah, they've been really good, They've been picking up the right calls and, not throwing out people for too much, yeah.
Oh, Mars Bar MR11, thanks for the support there. Love you too. Just the Australians just slowing it down, taking it to the right wall, and just trying to drive it up again. And we have another call by the referee, the New Zealand referee, with illegal stopping of the puck again by the Australians.
Australians really getting pinged. They really need to clean up their game and get switched on,
I'm surprised they're getting so many of those calls with their big bats that you guys use. Eh?
Yeah, big hooks. That's all that, that's the trick of it, Steal it and go.
Well, yeah, and I'm originally from New Zealand, and we call them sticks, and then in Canada they call them sticks, but you guys call them bats just because they're that significantly bigger than it.
Yeah.
We had a couple of our boys come over, stay here. Hugo and Calder were living in.
Calder stayed with us in WA. Yeah,
you could see he'd learn how to be an Aussie. Just with all they changed both of them using their big sticks now.
Yeah. That's all we do in WA. Especially Perth, where Calder stayed. We have some quite quick games, which he really got into.
Yeah, it was good to have. A couple of our boys, he's only been playing for about a year and 8 months, so it was good for him to get the experience. And it's half time now, and it's 2-1 to the Australians. Close game as we expected.
Yeah.
That's both being pretty equal on the scoreboard, but it will be interesting to see what the team chats. What do you think Steve will be saying to the boys for the Australians?
I think Steve will be saying to get a bit closer and tighter and really do start getting some forward drives going, because we keep switching it across the pool, but we're not quite putting it in that tray, and that's where all the points are. You have to put it in the tray. Yeah,
definitely. And I think the Canadians, the coach Ben will just be pulling them in here, just getting them to breathe. They've played quite very well, and don't want to get too excited. They need to pull back another goal. This is their first sort of big. They've had quite a few close games before. They lost 2-1 to the Argentinians.
That is close.
Yeah. So they just need to come back in and hopefully get in and for the Canadians get another goal back early on, and then we'll see where it goes from there.
That's great.
I imagine the Aussies will be wanting to get a quick goal just to maybe dishearten the Canadians a bit.
Yeah. No, Canada holding up very well for what the game it is. Yeah.
And we have a few more shout-outs on the live chat. We have Sam from Calgary. Let's go, Canada. And Aqua Gord, great job, Canada. And then Callie Ellis, great job, boys. Gatineau is cheering you on. Thanks all of you guys for the shout-outs. Seems to be a lot of Canadians on the chat. I guess all the Aussies who will be out here.
Up in the grandstands,
So is this your first time in Tassie? Or are you from... you're from Perth?
Perth,
yeah. From Perth. So is this your first time in Tassie then? Or?
No, we... had a couple of training camps, one this year, one last year, and I played the Trans-Tasman last year, which is we just played New Zealand, and it was close games, but New Zealand took it out. So, a couple of us Trans-Tasman boys are really seeking to give them a run for their money this year.
Well, that's the cool thing with places like in Australia and New Zealand. They have that sort of a lot more high school competitions, where it's not around the world. So that's where you get quite strong sides at the age group level out of those two countries, right?
Yeah, I know New Zealand has players from school, but not so much Australia, no.
Is it just still clubs then?
Yeah, it's clubs, yeah.
So 30 seconds left just before the beginning of the second half, and will be interesting to see how this goes. If the Australian tactic of swinging will tire out the Canadian boys.
Yeah.
Does seem to be work quite well often against some teams. I mean, you stay close in the first half and then pull away in the second.
10 seconds to go. Second half.
And away we go. And
Canada getting to the puck first. Trying to drive it up that wall. Yeah.
Good, safe play by the Canadians. If there's something they do need to do, is probably just stop shoving it forward as quickly. It's giving the Aussies, a chance to turn it off them. And so in a way, we found that last night when we played the Australians in the U23 grade. It was, if we could keep the puck for ours, it was all right. But as soon as we got too excited and went forward too quickly, all you guys had to do was peel it off and do your classic switch around the back. We have a call against the Australians there for stick infringement. And again, carrying on their routine of fouling straight off the bat there.
They seem a bit excited there and just really need to clean up their game and just get some clean possession.
Big flick there, an excellent knockdown by the Australian.
Driving it back to the wall to this. Oh, no. Killing it off the wall, Canada driving it in. Driving it straight in front of the tray, is it?
But good defense by the Australians, just pulling out. Oh, and we do have a call, though. What is it? It's a legal knockdown of the puck again by the Australians. I guess that flick that knockdown we saw before.
Must have got a bit of glove in it, yeah.
It's super hard to get those, especially in close, contact, right? And Joseph, I haven't played a game today yet, so that's why I've got the energy to commentate. Don't you worry, sir. I've been working my bum off.
Australia holding it in the corner. Tom Robinson trying to drive it out, and the halfback supporting him.
Another call there by the referee. He's pointing at someone. Looks like he's an Australian for gloving. Oh, and he's been thrown out for a minute. Looks like the referees had enough. I couldn't quite see a number there, but we'll see him swim over to the side in a moment. Oh, he's over there. You can see him over there.
Bailey and Nia from Bustleton. Classic Bailey, getting really into it, but, jumping the gun and, not playing clean hockey.
It is sometimes, though, that, the players will play better when they have five in the water. They all pull together as a team and they'll drive through. But it does look like the Canadians are making a run up there.
Yeah, they're getting dangerously close to that tray. And another call by the refs.
Oh, we have a barging call and 1 minute out for a Canadian and being pushed back. So now we're 5-on-5. We'll just see who that is when they come out of the water.
Looks like number 12.
Number 12, Edwin Zhang, has been thrown out just for a barging call there. It can happen sometimes. I mean, it must have been pretty bad considering that was one of the Canadians' few fouls of the game.
Yeah.
It's good work by the Australian, just holding it on the wall. But good pressure by the Canadians as well.
Jack Hoppins getting in there. Canada holding on the wall, waiting for their boys to reconsolidate.
Yeah. The Aussie boys back in the water now, so it is 6-on-5 for the Australians. So they will want to take their opportunity here to try and maybe take advantage and maybe pull that swing play would be enough for that when they have more in the water.
Yeah.
The Canadians doing an excellent job of just not letting them escape from that wall.
I suspect Australia is keen to switch it out, but Canada's right on there, right, pushing them in.
You see number 7 there sitting behind Duncan Pearce, just waiting for the puck to come through. Gets driven through, and number 5.
Hunter Jones.
Oh, we have a foul. And barging against the Australians. Barging made by the Kiwi referee again, Anton Williams.
Mason Gillespie looking a bit cranky with the Australian boys.
They
Coach-
asked. I'm sorry.
Yeah, captain's not quite happy. That looks like a timeout.
Oh, we've had a ref's timeout called. Unsure what for here. Oh, and play starting again. I think they were just trying to make up their mind there what the call was. Good work by the Australians, getting it out and driving it to the left there. Excellent defense. Because after, even though they have had a lot of pressure on them in the second half, they haven't conceded another
No.
goal yet.
Switching it back, it looks like Tom Robinson, stretch as we call him, because he's like 6'6", big dude. And Canada holding it on the wall, trying to come back out now.
Oh, but a
Wombat with the pickup, going for a bit of a swim. Australia trying to get that support down.
Yeah. And excellent work there, just holding it up by the Canadians. They're just driving it into the wall, holding it there. You can see number 5, Nathaniel, just sitting at the back there, making sure, marshalling his troops, and he goes in now. Just
Canada making some ground up that wall, but Australia going for that switch again, trying to spread out their players.
yeah. And you feel like the longer this goes on, and the more, this seems like the Aussies have got a bit more of a roll on now. They've got some of their groove back, you could say.
Yeah.
And they're making it drive in their swings again. So the Canadians need to be careful and just slow down the play, breathe. Oh, but they see they've made a drive there up the middle. Oh, it's a lot of fighting for the puck. Good work by the Australian just to retrieve that.
Brisley, yeah. Isaac Bridley going for it.
Good quick sub by the Australian there, and down goes Luke Kruger for the Canadians, just driving through. He's actually, to my knowledge, he actually plays forward usually, but he's been playing goalie or 6 for the Canadians at the back of the 2-3-1 formation.
Yep, Australia going for that drive in front of the tray, just holding it in that middle spot, the danger section for the Canadians.
And the Australians drive through and turn a good curl and push through, and I am astounded how that has not gone into the bin quite yet. Oh, good work by the Australian, though.
Goal to the Australians.
Number 1.
Mason Gillespie at it again.
Lauren from Canada, you'll need to cheer just that little bit louder now. The boys have got just under 8 minutes to get back into this game. The Australians have done very well to contain the Canadian pressure for this half and then drive it back up. They kind of were sucking it up, and now the Canadians just need to, take a breath and just make sure that they get back and don't get too disheartened by conceding that goal.
Canada quick off the strike, a bit of a fumble there.
That's one thing we have seen. The Canadians have been very quick off the strike.
Yeah.
Been beating the Aussies by maybe half a metre every time, but the Aussies have done really well at containing them, taking them to the wall, and then instigating that swing play.
Yep. Australia driving into that back corner, not where they want to be, but a bit of ground, which is always good,
The thing is now with 2 goals up, they won't mind the Canadians taking to the corner and slowing down time. It's the Canadians, who need to make those runs up the wall, take a few more risks.
Isaac Bridley with a bit of a drive, bit of a switch going on.
You see that the forwards of Canada just trying to get those back checks and back tackles, if you will. But
good work by Luke Sutcliffe, getting it out of the congestion and going for a big switch there.
You can just definitely see the Australian tactics just shining through here, just trying to tire out the Canadians. And I think the more that they do it, the more it will definitely take their toll on these boys. We're halfway through the tournament now. How are the leagues feeling? You a bit sore?
We did have a rest day yesterday, so it was good timing. a couple of players did get sick, which was quite unfortunate. But they're back in the water now, and giving a run for their money now.
Yeah, an excellent move by the Australians. A nice deke to the left, a dummy. And nearly a big. Excellent. That was an excellent goal by the Australians there. You saw him on the left, just deke into the middle, past the player, and that's number
13, Isaac Bridley, local Tasmanian, going for that goal.
Yeah, excellently set up by the left wing there, and then ducking in and then giving it to Isaac just to finish off with a nice bomb and hit. And we have a timeout called by the Canadians.
Ginger Ninja 13. Go Tom and Roy from Wonthaggi. Yeah, the Victorian boys are doing really well, so yeah. I'll let them know for you.
So what do you think the Aussie Steve will be saying to his teams right now?
He's probably saying to do a bit more driving, I reckon, and to get those numbers really close and tight on the bottom, and just spread them out, and then just punch through those holes that they've trying to do with that switch.
Yeah, I think Ben will be just saying to his Canadian under-19 boys, they're still in this game. Anything can happen. They still have 6 minutes left or so.
Yeah.
They can still definitely come back. It's only 3 goals, and especially how quickly they got that, their first goal. So they just need to calm down a bit, stop those swings before they can start. I think they were, in the first half, they were shutting them down a lot quicker.
Yeah.
Whereas now they just need to get in there and just shut them down. They've gotten a bit tired.
Yeah, it's nowhere near game over for the Canadians. They've got the speed off the strike. I mean, debate them to it again.
Yeah. Just again, the Aussies just taking it to that wall, keeping them there. It is sort of stuck in the centre of the pool at the moment, which is always dangerous.
Yeah, the Aussies don't like it in the middle of the pool. That's their most hated zone. So they will be really wanting to get it out of there.
Yeah.
There we go. With the switch to the halfback.
Just nice, safe play. It has been discussed recently the benefits of having a beard as a coach. We know our coach Jordan has been given a bit of a hard time. He's only had a bit of a 2-day-old beard going. Does Steve have a bit of a beard going?
No, Steve's. I don't even know if he can grow a beard, to be honest. But assistant our chaperone Jumpy Genderjack. He's got a pretty wicked beard going on.
Well, Ben has a bit of that 2-day-old stubble going on as well here, the coach of the U19. So, maybe it's a bit of equal on par for that.
Yeah. Jumpy Genderjack resembling a bit of a garden gnome, like that beard.
The Australians are doing really well here, just holding possession of the puck and driving and bombing it up the middle, a big flick. And just need to finish it off. And there we definitely thought that was in for a moment, but it seems like the Canadians have been able to drive it out, and then big swim through the middle there by the Australians.
I think it was Mason. Was that Mason Gillespie again?
We see goal called and number. We're having a discussion from the referee. I think it was just talking about that shot, just making sure it was an alright shot, but it was borderline dangerous, just close to the head, I do.
Yeah, Mason having a bit of a disagreement with the coach by the scenes of it, by the referee.
But the goal has been awarded, and it is 5-1 Australia, and I do believe a time out has been called by one of the sides. I'm not sure who. As the referees are just chatting there, they'll be discussing what's going on. It's always interesting to see what's going on inside a referee's head. Have you done a bit of reffing yourself at all?
No, we haven't. I don't think many of the Australian boys have, which kind of explains the a lot of the fouls that we get. Yeah.
No, I do know. I've done a bit of reffing myself, and it is. Yeah, you sort of learn. It's good for your playing if you learn how to ref, because you learn how to what the refs are looking for, and then how to do stuff without them knowing, kind of thing.
Yeah.
So I think one of the things learning to play in New Zealand sort of teaches you is everyone gets sort of taught the level 1 course.
Yep.
Which is super helpful at a young age.
Canada's quite a clean team. I don't think they've had many sin bins from what I know. Yeah.
Yeah, compared to last year, we know Casey and my team was in the U19s 2 years ago for the Canadians, and he was the most bin player in the U19 men's, all from headshots.
Yeah.
Just was learning to learning his shot, But he's cleaned up. He's one of his very proud of himself. He hasn't been thrown out yet in this tournament, so
Yeah, it's good improvement. Yeah.
yeah. A good drive by the Canadians up the right wall. Just trying to pressure the Australians, just playing. In theory, they probably can't come back in this game now, but they definitely wouldn't want to concede and obviously want to get a couple more, just help that goal difference a bit more.
Yeah, the goal can is always a big factor in the end, so.
Yeah. Especially in a close. I mean, it seems like most of at least both men competitions this year have been very close in terms of the scores.
Oh, yeah.
Haven't been many blowouts.
No, all the teams are really giving it a red hot crack, Canada trying to drive it again.
Good work, good subs by the Australians. They're taking advantage. It was right next to their sub box there, but good drive by the Canadians. But
Canada
good defense.
not giving up, yeah.
Good work there by Luke Kruger. The back tape there, just trying to get in there. Again, the Aussies have just driven it out to the wall and driving it up now. Their defense in the second half has been much more solid.
Oh, it has, yeah. I think Steve must have had a couple of stern words, and they've really pulled their head in,
Sort of just stuck there at the moment. The Australians won't mind this. It's right in front of their sub box. It's winding down the clock. They can just go in there, hold it again, sub out, just do that. But we do have a bit of a breakout there by the Canadians, but again shut down by the Aussies. We have a call there. And they was playing advantages for barging against the Australians there. So the Canadians will get a chance to set up and an advantage puck right in front of the bin with about minute 20 to go. Should be interesting to see what they do. This is about where they scored from in the last half.
Yeah,
That's where they got their goal from.
It's a really dangerous spot to be in. And with not a lot of time on the clock, they would really want to be putting that goal in.
It took just a second too long there, the Canadian. I think it was Ted Kozak, Theodore Kozak. Just took a second too long there to drive through.
Yep.
Great setup there by the Australians, just with their forwards there blocking the view of, and then swinging it around to the left. Just nice, simple, classic Australian hockey.
Yeah.
Just driving and now driving up the left wall.
Yeah, less than a minute to go. I think it's Australia's game. Yeah.
But Aussies will not want to concede another goal before the end of the game.
Yeah.
And the Canadians will want to score, and it seems like they're driving up here. It's been taken back into the corner from what we can see on the surface.
Canada put up a hard-fought game, especially that first half. It was anyone's game,
Yeah, that's what we found. The Canadians, we may not always come out with the result, but we fight hard and we make you know that you've played against us. On a big swim by the Australian there.
Luke Sutcliffe going for a run with his classical draw and release to the forwards, but I don't think they will have enough time to put in the tray.
Playing advantage there, the referee, but 2-1 and the game is over. Excellent game between the Canadians and Australians, with the Aussies coming out 5-1. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I think Australia really wanted to win. We've had a couple of hard-fought days, but and it's been some close games. But yeah, they really want that win. But Canada did give them a big run for their money. Very hard fought. Yeah.
I think the Canadians will be happy with their game. I'm disappointed that they couldn't come out with a victory, especially after being able to pull back that goal. But a good work by the Australians. They definitely deserve that.
Yeah.
Right here we have number 12 from the Canadian Under-19 team. What's your name, and tell us how that game went?
I'm Edwin, and that was a really solid game by the boys. Comes down to a 1-goal lead for the majority of the game. Just fell apart at the end there. Too tired, but proud of the boys.
Yeah, you said you were a bit tired there. I mean, I know the Aussies said that they had a bit of a rest day yesterday, and they have that swing play that they do. How'd you guys find playing against that swing? It found like when you were shutting down it was going really well, but in the second half they seemed to just go around you a bit more.
Yeah, they were swimming really well. We got some decent effort, but the second wave of attack was just not there this game, so gotta do better on that.
So looking forward to your next game. Do you have another one today, or?
Yeah, we're facing Colombia at 5 p.m. today, so yeah.
Get the boys ready for that. Got any shout-outs back home?
Shout out to my parents and friends who are watching this, and to the Cal Grand Order Hockey Club for all the training they've helped me do. So
Awesome. Well, good luck, man. Good luck for the rest of the game and rest of the tournament. We'll see you later.
Yeah, so how do you think you guys played today?
Yeah, really solid performance from the boys. It's Jack and I's first game back, so it was really struggle to get into it. But yeah, we found the tray plenty of times.
Yeah, so you blew all the cobwebs out, did you?
Oh, now there's still a few left in there. Really struggling. Probably going to have to get a few on those tablets, but yeah, we'll see how we go later on.
How did you think the Canadians played?
Very solid. They're very strong guys. But obviously we played the better game. We opened them up, and we swung the puck a bit more.
Yeah, good. I think you guys played well, yeah. I'm sure Steve will be happy.